Alright guys, big news just dropped. After much public criticism of the US Patent and Trademark Office, the head guy himself has personally stepped in to order a rare ex parte re-examination of one of Nintendo's patents, and it could completely change the future of a possible lawsuit in the US. According to a new report from GameSpray, USPTO Director John A. Squires has ordered a re-examination of U.S. Patent number 12403-397, which was granted seemingly without any review less than 2 months ago on September 5th. The patent itself covers mechanics for summoning what Nintendo calls a subcharacter, essentially letting a creature or companion fight with you either manually or automatically. Now that description probably sounds familiar because similar mechanics show up in all kinds of games from Pokemon to Palworld and even some much older titles. That's exactly why this patent has been under so much scrutiny. Developers and legal experts have questioned whether it actually protects anything new or if it just claims a basic gameplay concept. The USPTO director's decision is a big deal because these re-examinations are rarely ordered from the top. The last time this happened was in 2012. The patent's approval brought much public outrage and raised concern over possible implications for gaming as a whole. But the decision to revisit this patent is likely due to the doubt cast on the Patent Office's internal practices with so much prior art easily available to find. It targets the patent's independent claims 1, 13, 25, and 26. And if prior art, meaning earlier similar ideas, if it is proven, the entire patent could be invalidated. And that would have major ripple effects. This is the same patent that Nintendo has been leaning on while pursuing enforcement actions against games like Palworld. So if the patent falls, any potential US lawsuit tied to it could disappear before it even begins. On the other hand, this does not affect the Japanese lawsuit that's still ongoing against Palworld. That case is entirely separate and based on Japanese law. I personally think that this might influence the JPO though, especially after they just denied the patent in Japan last week due to prior art. I have a video on that linked in the description. I feel like all the attention this has been getting is starting to cause pressure to quit bowing to Nintendo, and they could bend to the public opinion. But in the US, this could signal a turning point. If the patent is struck down, it would also send a message about the limits of abstract game patents, and maybe open the door for more innovation from indie studios without the fear of overreach. Nintendo now has 2 months to respond, and the USPTO could issue its findings in early 2026. Until then, everything is still on the table. But the fact that the director himself initiated this review says a lot about how seriously the agency is taking the criticism. If the re-examination results and even part of the patent are invalidated, Nintendo's US strategy around this issue may need a complete rethink, and my opinion is that it would likely prevent a lawsuit here entirely. So yeah, it's not a ruling yet, but it's a rare and significant step that could reshape how future game mechanics are protected in the US. I'll be following this closely, especially for how it impacts Palworld moving forward. Make sure you're subscribed if you want updates the moment the USPTO's decision drops. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.